breaking all the rules. And then we on the move. We got something to prove. Now we at the tippy top. Cause we all we got.
And we keeping it hot.
Ain't no time to stop.
We having fun.
Ain't no holding our tongue.
Yeah, we getting it done.
Our mission. Steady politicking.
It ain't about to change, mind your business.
Wave your hands with it. Wave again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it.
Yo, what up? This your boy Super K from Super Sound Lounge, rocking with your favorite podcast, Wait Again a Minute, listed on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. Y'all already know the vibe. Tune in.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute Podcast. Today is Tuesday, February the 1st, 2022. Our episode tonight is entitled Basketball and Life. And tonight we have another special guest. His name is Tony Smith, but Antonio Smith, actually. It's his government, y'all. But anyway, Tony, we want to first thank you for accepting an invitation to come on our Wait Again Minute podcast. I really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem.
No problem. Okay. So how has your day been, Mr. Smith?
Man, my day been wonderful. Guess what? I was able to wake up this morning, open my eyes. Thank God for blessing me to see another day. So, hey, another day on earth and above ground.
It's a good day.
It's a great day.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So, Ms. Go Getter, well, how was your day?
My day was good. It was really good.
So what did you do? You always just give me like one or two. It was good. That's it.
Because it was. It was a good day. I felt like it was a productive day. So
Okay. Well,
sometimes, I get there when I don't feel so productive. But today I felt productive today. So how was your day?
my day was good. Actually, it was real good. I can't complain today. Ain't no need anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was a good day. And just like Tony said, any day above ground is a good day.
Yes, it is.
I'd rather be seen than viewed.
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
So, well, let us get into our topic tonight. But before we do that, can you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners? Everybody know who you are.
Wow. T. Smith, Tony Smith. I'm just a laid back guy, humble, like to stay in my own lane, guy from off Spruce Creek. And definitely everybody knows Spruce Creek about. But ain't nothing there no more, but that's where I'm from, Spruce. And I got ties from downtown too, because I stayed down there too. So, but basically I grew up on Spruce Creek. And
what city? You had to say the city for those that's not.
Okay, who the ones that don't know, Suffolk, Virginia. I'm right here. That's why I'm born and raised here in Suffolk, Virginia. That's where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I know you grew up on that little street, y'all. I like y'all bad or whatever. Y'all go for bad. But how were you when you were growing up? Like, what were some of the things you got into or didn't get into?
I was definitely involved with a lot of sports, football, baseball, and basketball. But basketball was my passion.
Okay.
Like I said, coming on Spruce, and I say it in a good way. It made me who I am today. People don't realize they talk bad about Spruce, but Spruce has some good stuff, and good stuff and good people come from Spruce.
Good stuff, yeah.
And also I always got to get downtown too, because like I said, on Saturdays and Sundays, I go downtown to my grandmama stayed at. Grandmama Francis down there on Church Street, and we shooting in the Safeway basket. Shooting basketball in the Safeway basket, and I'm bringing that back to the Spruce.
Okay.
But like I said, at the end of the day, growing up on Spruce Creek, you've seen a lot. So a lot. It ain't a lot there now, but coming up during my time, you've seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you either gonna go that way or you can go this way.
Right.
I decided to take the route that we're gonna go the right way.
Okay.
Why did you decide to take that route?
Because like I said, I seen some stuff that I didn't want to be involved with. I seen some of my guys that I grew up with and guys that were before me. They wind up being in places that they want to be.
Right.
Like being in jail. I didn't want to go that route. So I got heavy involved in sports, and then coming from a heavy involved got people that was in my family involved with sports a lot.
Mhm.
That kept me on the right path.
Right.
Okay, well that was a good choice though. Good choice, and that was a good reason to make that choice. Because some people they see their surroundings and they go the way that everyone else in their surrounding is going. So
Definitely.
that took courage to go the opposite way.
And guess what? It's easy to go that way now.
It
Mhm,
is.
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
It's
Yeah.
easy to go that way if you want to
Right.
get influenced by that. That's why you
Right.
got to lead and not be a follower.
Exactly.
That's so true because and I think that's what happens to a lot of us sometimes. We tend to follow. And it's not, some people think it's not cool to,
Go the opposite way.
go the opposite way.
Exactly.
So, just thank God that you weren't a product of your environment.
And
Because you could have been.
let me say something to say this. I mean, I'm glad you said that because I share that with some of the young kids today.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, that don't make you soft or whatever you want to
Mhm.
call it because you choose to go that route.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, you making a smart decision.
That's right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you, at the end of the day, you still can come back and interact with your crew.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what I do. Still to the day, I interact with my crew.
Mhm.
You know, because that's where I'm from, Spruce. And when I see them guys, I show them mad love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Because that's where I'm from. I always show them mad love.
So do you feel like they showed you mad love during the time when you went the opposite way and you saw yourself progressing in your skill?
Definitely. You know, because when they seen me progressing on the
Mhm.
hardwood, I mean, it was something for them to talk about.
Right.
You know, it was, hey, man, my boy Spud around here, even though they were doing what they were doing,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
they can be, hey, I got my boy Spud. I got my boy Spud from the Spruce, you know, I
Yeah.
can bring him around here. And
Mhm.
it gave them something to talk about,
yeah.
you know. So, you know, they didn't try to influence me to go that route they went.
Right. So basically, you actually grew up. You grew up around a good group of guys, a good
Right.
group of people. They were just some of them just misled because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
they saw something in you, and they
Was supporting you.
supporting you, and they was telling people like, no. So I'm the way that you just put it to me in my head, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, y'all think y'all like that, but my boy, he like that. So
Mhm.
they had you against everybody, betting you against everybody.
Exactly. Them guys, you know, they saw something in me too, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sitting here saying that I didn't do some mischievous stuff because I
Right.
did. You know
Mhm.
what I'm
Right.
saying? But I
Mhm.
didn't get involved with some of the stuff that'll get you put away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't no angel myself. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
Everybody got a past.
Exactly.
You know,
That's right.
everybody
That's
did
true.
stuff that, you know, hey,
Some
they
people
don't
just
want to
got
let us
caught.
see it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, man, they were my good people. But they not the only ones that helped me inspire me to play this game, though.
Right.
You know, I had a family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I had a mama that was very involved in sports, a daddy that was involved in sports,
Mhm.
a family. I come from a family that love basketball
Right. Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it, man. So, you know, it made me who I was, though, man. Just being around my family, guys that love that basketball.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I remember, some games that I went to, like my grandma was staying on Hill Street, right?
Mhm.
And we used to walk up there to Bird's home.
Yeah.
When I tell you those games used to be packed,
Yes.
and
they
I don't
did.
know what team y'all was playing then. When I tell you, I can remember vividly, like Wanda and Milton was here then, like it was standing room.
Mhm.
I mean, people be ready to fight
All the time
behind
though.
these games, like,
Mhm.
and that gym was small
Yeah.
compared to the gymnasium that we have now. But I think that now that I sit and think about it, the whole aura around sports has changed.
And that's true. I can agree with that.
I think that a lot of especially when it comes to parents and stuff like that, they really gun ho. A lot of them live vicariously through their kids, so they out there on the court basically.
Mhm.
Definitely.
So times have definitely changed. But let's go back a little bit. What made you, even though you came from a family of that had that talent as far as sports, what made you pick up that basketball?
My mama,
Your mom.
she kept me involved in it. You know what I'm saying? She kept me involved in the game, always signing me up at Birdsong.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin Faye, Faye made sure that everything went the right way. Her, Peter Mitchell, K. Jones,
Mhm.
missed them days with them three there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a crew there.
It was.
But Faye was happened to be my cousin, happened to be
Mhm.
Trip Bell cousin too, but Peter Mitchell,
Mhm.
K. Jones, them three right there, they did some good stuff
Good
with the
stuff in
youth.
the city. Yeah.
And so, like I said, but my mom, she kept me heavy involved.
Okay. So when she kept you involved, so So you now let's set the record straight now. We need now. You my cousin, and I don't want you to just say this because you up here, right? What did you get this richness from, like far as that ball in your hand?
Like I said again, Travell, we got a family now. We had a family that was very athletic. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? My
yeah.
daddy hand,
Mm-hmm.
Peeberry Brick,
Mhm.
just happened to be my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
People like Jap Chillery, they don't know who that was, but my daddy used to always be like, "Hey man, at Booker T, we gonna get the ball to Jap. We gonna get the ball to Jap," and Jap was real. And so like I said, coming from a family that loved the game.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
And then when I always go downtown, you got Slick, Donnie,
Mhm.
Byron, everybody involved with basketball. Perk
Yeah.
Low, Shay, all those guys, man, we was just heavily involved with sports and
Yeah.
especially basketball.
Right.
We played football too, but
Basketball
basketball
was a
was
thing.
definitely the one.
So when you were playing basketball, at what point did you know that this was going to be your ticket out of Suffolk?
Wow, you know what? I had a referee when I was in rec league. I was young then. I was in the rec league. I was small, always been small, still small. But anyway, he was like, "Hey, Tone, if you want to get to the next level, man, you gonna have to do something instead of just passing the basketball." So I said, I wanted to be a scoring point guard.
Okay.
And so right from then, I figured that I needed to put the ball in the hole.
Right.
And that's what I started doing, putting the ball in the hole. But when I got to Suffolk High, that's when the things started clicking, that I felt like I had an opportunity to play on the next level.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
I really didn't get serious though till after my junior year. My first 2 years, I bull jive.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I bull jive. You know what I'm saying? I just went to school. You want me to lie? I just went to school.
Just went to school, yeah.
But I went every day. Wanted to go every day.
Yeah.
Won't land on a damn thing. I'm being honest with you. I
Yeah,
just wanted to be
yeah.
I'm just doing enough at the time just to stay
Stay
there.
right.
And and then the day I wish kids don't do that.
Yeah. So in your junior year, what actually clicked though to say, you know what? I'm gonna stop this board jabbing. I'm gonna make
it serious,
school
yeah.
a thing for me to do so I can go to the next level. Because I know now you have to no, even back then you had to go to college, right, in order to be drafted to whatever professional league you go into, right? Or is it now you have to go to school?
One got to do 1 year, you know what I'm saying, and then you can go to the league. But at one point, you can go straight out of high school.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying, like Kobe Bryant, them guys. But now you got to do one and done, whatever. But what I started getting some letters. I started getting interest from people like Georgetown,
Okay.
University of Georgia, Tennessee, Duke, Coach K. You
wow.
get no offers though, just getting interest. You know what I'm saying? They interested in me,
Right.
asking about me. UVA, UVA come to my basketball game. But I ain't got no grades. These people come here with I ain't got no grades.
But you didn't.
You know what I'm saying? They here. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no grades to go here.
So they was looking at how you played the game, but they didn't know that the first 2 years you were just there chilling.
Exactly.
So it kind of
It
like,
was a little off.
and then those are like big schools where academics matter too.
And I wasn't being a student athlete. I was just being an athlete.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, please break that down for us, that for those who don't know the difference between an athlete and a student athlete.
And I'm glad you said that. A student athlete is one that's gonna go to school and get their work. Not just being there like I was, just in the classroom. You're going there for a purpose, especially if you want to play ball on a football field, or you want to be on a basketball court, or whatever sport you wanted to do. You got to get it done in the classroom. You got to get it there done first.
Right.
And that's being a student athlete. And then after that, everything else will take care of itself alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what though? That's actually good because it's some good stuff that you just dropped, because a lot of times we see a lot of I know when I was in school, it used to be a lot of guys who we used to call them like dumb jocks. They was like
Right.
I mean, they could, they can run that ball, they could be on their court or whatever, but they did nothing in the class.
Right.
Or they made it just enough to get by. But then we had those coaches, and I'm sure you probably did too, that went to those classes and said, hey, can you give him a little something, to make sure he's eligible. But then I know one coach that I know of, he wasn't like that. He was like, nope, if you don't make the grades, you're not coming on my bench. Like, point blank, period. He didn't play. But I felt as though he pushed them to their potential when you do that, because I think that when they do that, they set you up in life.
Yeah.
Because
The things going to be handed to you.
things
all
going
the
to be
time.
handed to you.
It's not going to make it work
Exactly.
out.
Yeah, and that but I had one coach. Yeah, he didn't play, and he used to play with my uncle and them, my great uncles and them back in the day. So he was old school. Like, he'd put that thing on you like this. You probably know what I'm talking about when I say it like this. He didn't play. Like, he'll make them guys get their work. But now, being that those schools were looking at you and you didn't have the grades, did it turn around for you, or were you like, how
did it happen?
Yeah, how did it happen? Why I get hung up like that? I don't even know.
What happened though? Coach Young set me down, and he said him, Coach Austin, them guys, they set me down. Mr. DeBrance, hey Smith, man, you got opportunity, man. You got opportunity to get out of here, but you got to tighten up in the classroom. Right now, you're passing, but it's not enough to get eligible. You're not enough to get in these schools. So, I said, man, you know what? You got to buckle down. And so what I did, I started sacrificing. I started putting things away that I used to do, or slacking up on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Slacking up. I'm hanging out all the time. I'm not hanging out as much as I did. Or if I did, not as long.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? I started making some sacrifice and started getting a little serious about this thing here. Because I said, no, I got an opportunity. And that was some things I did, though.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the best things.
Definitely.
Right. So we have a question. The question is, how often did the coaches help the athletes and the teachers to keep the player on the team?
Now, that's something how you had to get it done. You know what I'm saying? They encourage you, and it's up to you. But I knew that's something how you had to get it done. Ain't nobody gonna give you no grades there. You wasn't gonna get no grades, and it was good. It was good. Right. Now, I know I'm hearing stuff that goes on now today.
That's different from when you was.
I'm not gonna call no schools or not knowing, but I'm hearing kids, just playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't getting it done in the classroom. Long we're winning. But I'm not gonna go there. But
I understand.
For myself though, we had to get it done. And then once you got to college, they put people around you in position. You had study halls.
Right.
You had to be there.
Stuff like that,
if you wasn't there, you going home. They didn't play.
So what college did you decide to choose?
I wound up going to a small school called Pfeiffer University.
Okay.
And it was Division II school. And they had a Division II school down there in Mazenhaven, North Carolina, about 30 minutes outside of Charlotte. My intention was to go there 1 year and leave.
Okay.
And transfer out, and because I had some more offers at the time.
Oh, okay.
I had Tennessee had offered me, people wanted me to come. But when I got to Pfeiffer, my freshman year, I was freshman player of the year, national freshman of the year.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, man, I don't need to go nowhere. I decided to say I'm gonna be the big fish in the small pond.
Right.
So that's the attitude I took.
Right.
And the coaching staff and my teammates were great. So you know what, I said, man, I ain't leaving these guys. And then,
so did any of those other schools follow back up with you that came to see you in junior year and then decide, okay, academics not right? Did they come back maybe like your senior year to follow up?
Some of them still. My senior year, I had a fruit to come back in the picture, but still wasn't an offer.
Okay.
They were still skeptical of a 5'9" guard that was kind of a little shaky with the boots at the time. I can go out here and get a 6'2", 6'3" guy that's getting it done in the classroom.
Oh yeah, because you were considered shorter compared to
exactly during that time. So they felt like, hey, I can get somebody that's getting it done in the classroom that I ain't got to worry about.
Right.
And just as good as he is.
Right.
And everything worked out.
So they actually looking at you like a liability at some point.
Bingo, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. But we're having a good time. But right now, we got to pay some bills, y'all. So let me hit this commercial right quick. It's a celebration. It's going down February the 3rd, 2022. The grand opening of Renee's Restaurant and Lounge, 156 West Washington Street, Suffolk, VA. Good food, drinks, theme nights like Taco Thursday, Pastor Mike Sunday brunch. Come on, y'all. Come feed your soul. Renee's Restaurant and Lounge. That's right, y'all. Actually, you know what? They're actually having their soft opening. So if you guys are in Suffolk or the surrounding areas, you can go hit them up today.
Mhm. Yes, because I know I'm ready to hit them up.
I'm ready to hit them up on that Sunday past the mic brunch and
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
see
really
what it's
nice.
gonna be like. I'm sure it's gonna be good. But let's get back into the topic. Okay, so you're at Pfeiffer. You're the big
Big
fish
fish.
in the pond. So basically you were like still in your element because you were in Suffolk. This
The big
basically
fish.
big fish in a little pond.
Yeah, man.
So you were actually smart. You thought smart
Mm-hmm.
because I would have been like, you know what? If I got my grades up, I'm gonna go get my grades up. I'm gonna go to this D1 school. But then you had to go there and really prove yourself to the people who are
Right.
already there doing their thing.
Right.
So why not stay with where you're at? So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know it. You wind up leaving somewhere where you're having great success,
Mm-hmm.
then going somewhere and you might not have the success that you're having here. You know,
Right.
you're going to a bigger division, which I wasn't scared of. I could handle it. I knew I could
Mhm.
handle it. But the thing about it, they had somebody there too that
Mhm.
probably said, hey man, we ain't letting this guy come in and take my position, take
Right.
my job. But I was confident I could have done it. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm glad I decided to stay where I was, because I had a great time,
Mm-hmm.
great
Right.
teammates, great coaching style,
Mm-hmm.
great fans, and hey man, we made it work.
So how did when you was at Pfeiffer, how did your career at Pfeiffer go? Like, did you continue to make like what you say you was like stars,
I was national
player?
freshman of the year.
Right. So did you? What about your sophomore, your junior, or did you do one and done? Like, how did
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Break it down to a slow cuz.
you? Yeah.
Go ahead. Break
I'm,
it down to us.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first went to Pfeiffer,
Mhm.
like I said, I was
Right.
planning on leaving, but after
Right.
that, I said we're gonna turn this thing around.
Mhm.
We're gonna turn this program
Right.
around. And we went from when I first got there, we were predicted to finish last.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
We wound up finishing third in the division that year. Coach got coach of the year.
Oh,
Like I said, I got
wow.
freshman year. And then the next year, it was depending if I'm coming back or not. They had us
Mhm.
kind of a little higher.
Oh.
Since then, man, we wound up on the 3 nationals.
Okay.
Okay.
My sophomore year, I wound up still leading the country as a sophomore, leading sophomore in scoring. And make a short, long story short, we wound up going to 2 Final Fours, Elite Eight. I wound up getting my jersey retired there,
Wow.
and I'm all-time leading scorer in North Carolina history.
Oh
See,
wow!
see,
So
listen,
you
know,
went down
man.
there and became a
That's why.
super duper
I
big fish.
wound
So
up being
break
an
it down to
all-time
us.
leading scorer in North Carolina history. Something I never thought about doing. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
didn't when I went there, I didn't expect that to happen.
Right.
And then we in Kemp Arena in the Nationals. And they say, hey man, you 30 some points away from becoming an all-time leading scorer in North Carolina history.
And you just
So
went
you
off.
went on and
I'm like,
yeah, that's
wow.
what I was gonna say. You went off.
I'm like,
Went off.
wow. And to this day, my coach, he don't coach no more. Coach Luke's, he used to coach
Mhm.
at University of Charlotte, North
Uh-huh.
Carolina. We have at camp. Matter of fact, he flew me in to speak at his camp.
Okay.
And he gave a little question before the camp. He said, who can answer this question? I'm gonna give them these sneakers and shirt.
Right.
He said, well, who the all-time leading scorer in North Carolina college basketball history in North Carolina?
Right.
That means
All the
Division One,
colleges.
2, all the
Uh-huh.
Right.
colleges.
Everybody collectively.
Who's the
Right.
first person you think they're gonna say?
Joy.
Exactly. First
Mhm.
person name came Michael Jordan. Michael
Right.
Jordan went to North Carolina, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Michael Jordan, Kristen Layton. And then someone in the crowd knew who I was
Okay.
because they used to go to the games at Pfeiffer and they were like Tony Smith. And coach was like, how you knew that? And dude was like, hey, my daddy, he went to Pfeiffer and he
Right.
told me about this guy named Tony Smith. And I knew he was gonna be here today.
Mhm.
And that's who it is. Coach
Oh,
said you
wow.
right.
Oh, that's
So you know what I
good.
mean? Even though it wasn't on the Division One level, but
Right. But it doesn't matter because
I
you
can say
in the
I'm
state.
an all-time leading scorer in
Right.
North
Right.
Carolina history.
So how does that make you feel?
Make me feel good, man, because you know what? One time I wouldn't talk about my basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Yeah.
I've been honest with you, I didn't like to talk about it. People coming to me and they be like, they want to talk basketball.
Mhm.
I'd be like, man, we can talk it, but I don't want to talk about me. I just
Right.
felt like, man,
Really?
I don't want to hear you talking about me. I try to deviate from the conversation to
Right.
something else. And if my boy Vidal Wilkins with me, Vidal would be like, look, my man, man, talk about something else. He ain't talking about basketball,
Right.
because both know I ain't like to talk about
Yeah.
myself.
So basically, you was like a basketball. Well, you are not like, but you are like a basketball star or legend for the state of North Carolina. So you're a superstar, but you didn't really want to talk about yourself. and talk about all your accomplishments.
Exactly.
Although that other kid's looking at you like, oh my God,
You're-
Tony Smith,
you're a
Tony
big deal,
Smith.
right?
You a big deal to them.
Matter of fact, Tony called me the other day. My son Tony,
Uh-huh.
he live in Durham.
Right.
He said, "Dad, I was out in Greensboro, man, and he named who it was, and they were like, man, Tony Smith, your dad, ain't it? Man, he was blah 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 blah." And I'm like, man, I said, who was it, Tony? He told me who it was, man, but
Mhm.
I'm like, man, I don't know him.
Yeah.
He know me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's
Oh,
just
wow.
something that, you know.
But see, that's the humbleness though.
Mhm.
And because you're humble, maybe that's why you receive what you have and still receiving what you have. You know, and I think all of us at some point need to have a level of humbleness.
Like,
Mhm.
You know, but and at the same time, we have to be grateful and not boast, but yes,
Acknowledge
yes,
what you was
yes,
blessed with.
exactly, yes. I am the leading school of
North Carolina. Not
But you,
not just for my school, but for North Carolina, the state itself. Mhm,
but
yeah.
you, but then
You know?
but you have to attach him to his home too.
Right.
So so you got like dual. You got North Carolina and VA.
Mhm.
So that's something definitely to be proud of, and being a resident and then being family, being anything, it should make everyone that knows you should feel proud to even say that they know you on a personal level or know of you. So that's why, like, even coming up, and even I think like now the kids still, when they talk about you, like the guys talk about you. Um and I always be like, yeah, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. It was like, yeah, he's short like Muggsy Bogues. I said, no, he taller than him.
I know Muggsy, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, me and Muggsy play against each other.
Okay, so yeah, so tell us about one of those instances, because yeah,
No,
we're
first
at
tell us
college.
what is he talking about? Because everybody don't know what he's talking about right now. So
Okay.
you was at the university, and then what happened?
Okay, yeah, exactly.
So after that, season over with, career over with, they retired my jersey. Now I got 2 jerseys retired at that time.
Mhm.
Suffolk High,
Mm-hmm.
Pfeiffer. So I'm like, okay, off to the next level. I get a call from my agent. He shares with me, man, hey, Charlotte Hornets plan on taking you in the draft tomorrow night. Cool.
Oh, last minute like that?
Jeez.
Minnesota Timberwolves plan on taking you, man. I'm like, whoa. He said, yeah. So the draft go, I don't get picked. So I go to camp in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I met Muggsy before I went to camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the opportunity to play with the greatest basketball player in the world, arguably the greatest basketball player in the world, happened to be number 23. Everybody know who that is.
Yeah.
Mike
Mhm.
Jordan. We on the same
Right.
team.
Uh-huh.
Oh
I was
wow.
in Greensboro at a charity game. That's when I first met Muggsy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We played against each other,
Mhm.
and I was on the same team with Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And and that was a pleasure to see him come in the locker room. And
Mm.
he come in the locker room. It's my first time ever seeing him in person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looked at me and, "What's up, little fella?"
Little fella.
I'm like, "What's up, Mike?" And he's like, "Hey man, I want you to do what I want you to do today. I want you to kick his blah blah blah." He talking about Muggsy, right? And
Mhm.
Muggsy was just laughing and this, that, and the
Mhm.
third. But make a short story short, Mike had 54, I had 17.
Oh,
And
gosh.
me and Muggsy became good friends. And
Mhm.
then when I went to camp, we interacted and stuff like that. But I didn't make the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They wanted to keep the guy that they drafted, who happened to be a good ball player.
Mhm.
But soon I had to look at my plan B then.
Right.
Mhm.
So what was your plan? Like, did you already have a plan B in place, or was it after that time of doing the
Mm.
camp that you say, you know what, I gotta get a plan B?
I'm being honest. It was in the back of my head, but in my
Mhm.
mind, I'm gonna make this team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna make this team. I'm going to the league. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
gonna stick. That was
Mm-hmm.
that's all I had in my head. And then when they came in the locker room and the guys that they were releasing, and I was one of them, the first time I ever got cut.
Oh,
So I'm
Oh,
like,
so you didn't know
wow,
how to deal
Yeah.
with
that's
that?
the first time I ever been cut
Yeah.
from something that you love.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they come in the locker room.
So it really cut.
So I'm like, wow, where I go from here?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And and so my agent, he was already on top of it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey
Okay.
man, we got some things in
Yeah.
place.
Right.
And matter of fact, I want to be the number 1 pick in the USBL draft.
Mhm.
So I went out there and show what I can do, and then I wound up going overseas.
Okay. So when you went overseas, how was that? Like, I'm sure it was a culture shock. But how was it like, far as the league? Was it a difference in how they played, or was it pretty much the same, like the coaching and all of that?
Yeah, definitely. The coaches like to be seen. They want to feel like they won the game, and they do
Okay.
teach the game a lot over there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make you, play the game like it's supposed to be played.
Okay.
Ain't all that. No, we know you can play this and third, but you can play within the team set,
Mhm.
and it was good because they teach you the real game. They're not just letting you go off talent. Like
Right.
here,
Mm-hmm.
let you go off talent. Don't teach you how to do a pick and roll or screen or whatever not. They teaching you the game, but at some point the coaches still won't let you be adults. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, man, I'm a grown man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when we had dinner together, they want everybody drinking water. I'm from States, man. I want
Right.
soda.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't drink water.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
would
At
have
the
Oh, so
time,
they want to try to keep you fit. Like you eat this, you drink this.
exactly. So they seen that won't work with me anyway. So the general manager and the coach had to talk. Hey man, we gotta let him have that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the only thing I didn't like about some of the coaches.
Mhm.
They try to hold you back
Mhm.
and do stuff like that
But were the coaches from the States or were they from over there?
over there.
Oh,
Over there.
okay. So when you had got cut, so when you first got cut, this your first time ever being cut. How did it actually make you feel though? Did it make you want to give up before you actually talked to your agent? He was already on it. How did it make you feel?
And like I said, man, when he came in that locker room that day, when Coach came in the locker room and he said, he called a couple guys out and he said, I need to talk with you guys.
Right.
And right then, we kind of had an idea what was going on.
Oh,
And like I
okay.
said, man, I hope this ain't what's about to happen. But boom, that what it was. And like I said, it hurt me.
Okay.
It definitely hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's the first time I ever been cut doing something I love.
Right.
And I thought I was a pretty good ball player. But
Mhm.
there are some good ball players there
Yeah.
too. Don't get me wrong. And we're talking the next level.
Mhm.
Guys can play too.
Right.
But one thing I can say, looking at you and then listening to you, you do have good sportsmanship. Like,
Mhm.
and that's what a lot of people don't have.
Mhm.
Um, because even listening to you talk, when you talk about yourself, you always include others.
Right. Right.
So that says a lot of as to who you are too. So that's another reason why you're probably everything you touching is it's just what it is.
Well, Trey, I'm glad you said that because it's something that I normally do before I do an interview with anybody.
Mhm.
And I always thank each and every guy that ever played with me because they sacrificed their game
So you can
for
be at your
who I
best.
am. They made me who I am now.
Exactly.
That's how I get out there and spud because I had some great teammates. I had guys that can play this game, but they willing to set a pick to get me open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had great coaches, great teammates, great fans. And I always, before I do an interview, and I'm sorry, normally I do an interview, I always thank them from high school, from recreation, high school, college, overseas, who I've ever played with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I play with a lot of good ball players
Right.
that sacrifice their game and see
Right.
me do my thing.
But
Right.
see, that's nobody but God too. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times what happens is when he has stuff planned for us, he has people come in, certain times so that they can't. So they were strategically placed there so that they can allow you to do your pick and rolls, and get you open on whatever it is that they're gonna do. So it's nobody. It just goes back to God. Like
Yeah.
you were blessed with that ball in your hand, and he allowed you to do what you done. Everything that you've done, I think that it was how it was supposed to go for you. Because look who you. I mean, I don't even know if you really know who you are sometimes.
I'm being honest with you. I like I said, I really don't like talking about
it.
myself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Really, I just go on like
But
I
it's
had my
it's good to
time.
hear
I
it
had my
now
time.
Right.
versus somebody standing over top of
Yeah,
you.
exactly. And you know what?
Mhm.
You're right. But I just don't want to be the average Joe now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you wanna
Just me,
chill.
man.
Yeah, you want that
I
life
don't.
now.
I don't even really want to, when they talk about basketball, I try to get away from it still and,
Mm-hmm.
spud you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear, because I don't want to talk about myself,
Right.
you know?
Right. Well, it's good. Well,
And-
so that's what we're here for.
But now I said, when I'm by myself, sometimes I talk to myself. I was like, man, how in the hell he was able to do that? You know, 50,
Yeah.
50 points back to back in high school.
Mhm.
51 night, come back the next night, 51. How you do that, man? At 5'8", 5'9", you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm like, man, wow. And then you find myself going to YouTube and looking at a video of myself when I was overseas.
Right. Yeah.
How long did you play overseas?
12 years.
Oh, 12 years.
That's a long
That's a long time.
Had a good time, man. 8 of them was in Spain. Had a good time.
So when you played overseas, did you actually have to live there the whole time, or did you come back and forth to the States as well?
You know what? In August, I always leave and go overseas.
Mhm.
And then I come back home in December for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on how far we're going to play off, I'll be back home around April to late May. Depends on how far
Okay.
we're going to play off.
So they didn't require you to actually stay over there.
No,
Or
no.
Okay.
And then I did get tickets in my contract.
Oh, okay. Well,
where
that's good.
Fly my wife over, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because, being away, it can take a toll, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I leave in August. Angie will come over like in October.
Mm-hmm.
I come home in December. So every other month. Then
Okay.
she'll come back in February,
Mhm.
around my birthday time.
Okay.
And then boom, we'll let's go
Cycle
ahead and
out
sweat
like
it out.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
we sweat
So
it
you
out.
did
then.
that for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
it worked. Y'all still together, so it worked.
She come over there, she come over there, she had a good time,
Mhm.
Yeah.
we be shopping and
And you drinking water?
hey, look, we shopping, right? Hey, Ange, I'm gonna tell them this: we shopping and this, that, and the third. We out,
Mhm.
and they want to take pictures, and
Mhm.
they don't even pay her no mind. at all.
Oh yeah, she ain't like that.
And it's like, man, come on here, But at the end of the
Right.
day, man, I'm glad that she put up with me, and I thank you, baby, for being there with me and sticking there with me the whole time.
Right.
So how was it having fans though? How was that? Like when you first realized you had a fan base and the first person that came up to you screaming, hollering, asking for your signature, taking a picture, whatever. What was your reaction?
Man, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, and yet, I'm signing the autograph. It got to the point where my general manager, they made my car had to be the first one close to the locker room.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I pull in, the outside, you can ask my wife, when we pull up, they out there waiting for me. So when I get out the car, I throw my headphones on,
Mhm.
just to act like I got my music on, just to act like I'm listening to something. But the whole time, I'm trying to get it right, you know what I'm saying? But they there, and they want to see a show.
Yeah.
Wow, so you really had like some serious fans. So you was
Yeah.
like over there, you was almost like a Michael Jackson or even Michael Jordan over here.
Not a Michael Jackson.
You probably was big time. No, don't
No, I'm just
discredit
saying
now.
Michael-
Over
I'm just
there.
saying Michael Jackson.
I want that big, you know what I'm saying?
You
But
said you want that big.
I want that big, but they treated me real good
Yeah.
there. And where I was there, especially the last place I was there for 4 years. And
Mhm.
like I said, they retired my jersey too. And they flew me and Angie back. They called me
Mhm.
when I had retired.
Mhm.
They called me about maybe 7, 8 months and say, yeah, I didn't even know what they were calling me for. I didn't think they were calling me to play ball again.
Right.
And when they say, we like for you and your wife to come back, we got something for you. We want to retire your jersey.
Wow.
And so they flew me and Angie back, and I pulled it up in the raffle.
So now you have
halftime,
at this time you have how many jerseys
three.
retired?
3.
Everything I touched at the time, 12, 10, and here you go. Everything went down. 12 high school, 10 college, 8 overseas. So the next number would have been number 6.
Oh, really?
Next number would have been
Oh,
number
that's
6.
how it goes. Oh, that's what you say.
No, but I was thankful and blessed, man, for that to happen. For them to be able
Yeah.
to bring me and my wife flies back over and show that love like that.
So how did that make you feel? How was that with them calling you and you like, what do you want me? What they calling me for?
Yeah.
And then for to fly you and your wife and present you with the retirement of your jersey though. It's like I'm thinking it's like how was that feeling then with you not really wanting to talk about it because you're humble, but you already know where you're at with everything, but you don't really want to discuss it. But then these people like, no, we have to retire. They look at you as a big deal. You might not want to say, but they looking at you as a big deal.
Yeah, I was the first player for them ever doing it too. You know what I'm saying? Even one of the Spanish players or American, I was the first player that happened to. And like I said,
Really?
just at halftime of that game, and when they called me out there on the floor, and told me to pull it up. Then that joint opened up, man. I'm like, wow, this right here's big. You know,
Right.
this what
Yeah.
this what we see on TV. That's what
Right.
I see
Right.
on TV.
Right.
You actually get to live
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh, look at this here. And then for my wife to be right on the floor with me, to see going up and
I probably been.
you know, it was something special, you know.
Oh yeah, that's
So
awesome.
you are actually living the dream, because if you like you know, if you really go back in your mind and think from where you came from and all of what had transpired through your career, not one but three different jerseys, three different states,
Mhm.
and out of the country, like your portfolio is like it's solid, it's good.
Right.
So you know, at the end of the day, yeah, you should smile and know that your journey was personally for you.
Exactly.
But you okay? So you're playing ball and all of that. Now we're in life. Like, what are you doing now?
Yeah, and when I retired from playing basketball, you know, I wound up teaching at Lakeland for a little while, in the special education department, you know, and it was very good, you know, a very good experience for me. And
Mhm.
then after that, you know, I wound up doing a little therapeutic day treatment counseling, helping youth, you know, youth
Mhm.
that, you know, like to
Mhm.
get in a little trouble, just trying to lead them on the right path.
Right.
And when my day support employee when they employees when they seize
The
over the
contract issue.
whatever stuff,
Mhm.
um, you know, I did some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I helped my wife, you know what I'm saying? Now,
Okay.
and my wife, you know, got a business, home healthcare business.
Mhm.
And I was trying to make that continue to work.
Right. Yeah.
So have you thought about becoming like a college or university coach, basketball coach?
No.
That's not
Why?
something you would be interested in.
The game been good to me. The game been good to me. I don't take it for granted, but I'm done. I'm done.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I really now I just want to live.
Just
I
want
want
to
to
live.
live and
Oh,
enjoy. I
okay.
want to travel. Just want
Yeah.
to be me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I did a little coaching in high school.
Mhm.
Coach Clint Wright at Lakeland High School. He the head coach. I was assistant coach under him, and I had a great time. You know, and Clint a great guy. And you know, he had me on his staff, and you know, and he say to the day, man, when I'm ready, I can come back. But you know, I'm
Mhm.
doing a lot of other stuff, man. I just feel like if I'm gonna go back, I want to be there the whole time.
Okay.
And I know
Full time. Okay.
I don't want to
Gotcha.
do nothing half-ass. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
Because the game was good to me.
Right.
Right.
I don't take it for granted because that game was good to me. You know, it was a gift. You
Right.
know, a gift from
Exactly.
God. I got a tattoo on my arm. A
Oh,
Oh
gift.
wow.
A gift.
Okay.
You know, I mean, because it was, you know.
Mhm.
And I thank him. You
Mhm.
know, I was blessed to have that gift and be able to do something with it.
Right. So what are your plans now for like the next 5 years? What do you want
Well, you know, my
your
plans
next
now,
step?
I'm gonna say, to travel.
Mhm.
I want to travel and continue to help my wife make progress in what we're doing with the business and stuff like that. But I really can't look too far ahead because right now I look in the moment.
Right.
I look in the moment. I don't really look too far ahead because so much stuff is happening right now
Yes.
for us to continue to look far ahead down the road. Now, eventually, you want to have things in place where you can be comfortable.
Right.
But
Yeah.
still, at the end of the day, you got to live at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, because you're here today, going today.
You know what? And
That's a mouthful.
it is, because it used to say here today, going tomorrow. But you're definitely right. Here today, going today.
Yeah.
But you okay, so you want to live life, and I understand that. You want to leave out on how you want to leave out on your terms. And I understand that. But do you think the game has changed? And if so, how do you think it has changed from when you were playing to even down to when you were assisting Clint?
I mean, a lot of the kids, they don't like to be coached.
Mm.
You know, I say this to say this, man, because when we was coming up, we can take constructive criticism.
Right.
All right.
You can't do that with these kids today. You know, their parents will get involved. Hey, you holler at my kid. You cussed at my kid. And it might not be so much you cussed at the kid. You might be, hey, get your ass some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Hey, hustle. Get your,
Yeah.
you trying to encourage and whatever. But at that moment, the kid heard that you cussed at him, go on and share it with the parents. Now you got to deal with that. So kids got to be able to be coached. Parents got to let coaches coach the kid.
Yeah.
Start coaching from the sideline.
Right. And half of them
Yes.
haven't
You
played the
know,
sport themselves.
I
They
mean,
coach you.
it's changed from a lot from that point of view. And then like I said, kids got to be able to handle a coach getting on them. They
Right.
can't handle that right now.
That
But if you
part.
go to a Division I school,
Mhm.
you go Coach K, them coaches on a big level,
Mhm.
you're gonna hear it. So
Right.
hey, you got to be prepared for that, you know. But
Mhm.
it's changed a lot from that point of view.
And I think you're absolutely correct, and that's why I sit back and I watch a lot of times where the parents get all discombobulated when when the kids out there getting each other face or whatever, and then the parents are at it. And I'm like, what kind of example are you setting? You're in the stands, and you're not setting an example for the kids that are on the court, because the same thing you're doing in the stands, they're doing on the court.
Mhm.
So it's
Right.
like you have to lead by example. And if you want your child to be something, you have to know that what you're doing isn't going to take them there, because you're
Right.
actually enabling them.
Right.
Exactly.
And plus, when you're on them teams, you have to be disciplined and you
Yeah.
have to be a team player. And, it's like a partnership. So if, like he said, like the other players that he thanks and stuff, because they had to put up the guard or block or, so he can do what he do. But that's being part of a team player.
Exactly. Because right now it's roles. You got roles. You got a guy right here. He gonna score.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this kid right here can score,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't need you to shoot the ball. I want him doing this, and I want you doing this.
Right.
But no, why this kid get to shoot the ball all the time? Or soon my kid turn the ball over, you snatch him, but you
Right.
don't snatch that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot, man. And like I said, man, I just wish that the parents let the coaches coach. I mean, kids be able to take constructive criticism and move on with that.
Yeah, I think that they don't want to, a lot of, and it goes back to the generation. A lot of them don't want to put in that work, but everybody wants their child to be MVP. Everybody wants their
Definitely.
child to be that man, but they have to put in that work, and that work also requires them having them fundamentals first,
Right.
and having that great sportsmanship. Because I think that's, to me, would be like a key to part of their sportsmanship, because that carries you on and off the court.
Exactly.
Everybody want microwave success, but
Exactly.
they don't want to work on their craft.
Mm-hmm.
Only
That's
time
true.
now the kids want to work is when they got to go to practice.
Mhm.
It don't start there. It start off season.
That's
It
right.
starts when ain't nobody
Mhm.
looking at you.
It starts with
You know-
drinking that water.
Exactly. They don't know what
Mhm.
goes on behind the scenes. Like
Right.
you guys got the podcast here.
Mhm.
They don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
They sure
Right.
don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wish all the kids understand it don't start when you go to practice.
Mm-hmm.
It
Exactly.
start off season. It start off when you put in work that don't nobody see.
That's right. That's right. So when they cut them lights on, you have the potential, but you have, like you said, you have to keep at it. You have to be consistent,
Right.
and keep at it and put in that work. But like you said, we definitely in the microwavable era now. So okay, so now your kids. We didn't even ask you about your family. Like how many kids you have, how many grandkids you have. Like
Man,
I know you got about 19 grandkids
I
now.
got a lot of them. I got a lot. Man, I'm being honest with you. Man, four there,
Three
there,
there.
7. Yeah, about 10.
It's safe to
About
say
10. About
that
10.
it's safe to say that you need that bus that you be driving.
Exactly. You definitely got that right. And guess what? We done use that too. We done use that. I mean, like when we go to see the Christmas lights,
right,
everybody
right.
pile up on the bus, and we going to see the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ride to Virginia Beach with that.
So
Do you
you're
have
having
a,
fun.
wait a minute? Do you have a game ring on your? Is that?
State championship ring.
That's a nice ring
okay.
too.
Okay. Look, he did like that. So wait a
Yeah,
minute.
state championship ring.
Nice.
Lakeland and
Nice.
everything under Coach
Okay.
Clint, right? And the Lakeland
Okay.
Cavalier.
Oh,
Okay.
see, we were doing good until you said Lakeland, because I went to Nansemond, so
Oh, come
everything
on.
with Lakeland is a big X. And then you got on this red and on the
It's
only
Suffolk
Suffolk
High.
High.
It's Suffolk High.
Oh my
I'm a Red
God.
Raider.
Oh
Come
my
on
God.
now.
See, we were doing good.
I'm a
I
Red
knew
Raider.
I knew it was gonna be
Suffolk
something.
High.
I knew it was gonna be something.
I couldn't
You know-
I couldn't have got up without the red and white.
Let me tell you, y'all are that hard, just like Kennedy. But I thought that it was Suffolk High was that hard people, and then when I met Kennedy people, I thought they was that hard people.
Yeah.
But when I went to one of the games maybe a couple years ago with the
Old school classic.
old school classic, I was like, oh my God, Forrest Glee hard too, and Yates. I thought
Yeah,
we had
we
to fight a
been
guy.
Yates.
I think he went to Yates because y'all was out there on the court or whatever. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get him." Like,
Man,
but he's actually a good guy too, though. Like
Yeah.
you could tell that he back in the day he was one of the shooters for that school too, the dark skinned guy. But the camaraderie was still there,
Mhm.
and I was so excited because it was like I hadn't been to a high school game like that since Nansemond and Lakeland.
Mhm.
So when I saw like I consider y'all like old heads, I was like, these people going hard behind their school. Like y'all love y'all school and love y'all players. Then y'all just cheerleaders out there. So talk about that. Like, how was that when the four schools get together?
Oh, man, it's just wonderful, man. And we would love to do it again this year, but I really don't know what's gonna happen this year with it right
Mhm.
now because of what's going on. But man, with them four schools come together,
Yeah, it was awesome.
it was good. And here the key though, we was rivals on the field or the basketball court, but at the end of the day, everybody was cool.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know, meet up at the armory or whatever going on. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the skate meet.
Mhm.
I mean, it was just
Yeah.
everybody come together. But when we in the battle, we battled.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't none of that foolery.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you know, but like I said, man, I love it. Again, I miss the old school classic right now because
Right.
of what's
Yeah.
going on. But because everybody came
Right. And
together.
about no old memories back.
Exactly,
You
man.
see people you haven't seen
In
yet.
years. Even if you ain't
Mhm.
seen in years.
Yup.
And they tell you like, you gotta
Mhm.
be kidding. I
Yeah.
ain't seen you in so and so and so. But
Yeah.
they come back for that right
For
there.
that.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. But yeah, I like seeing that for y'all as well, just sitting back, even though, I didn't go to school with y'all, but just sitting back and the energy was like so high.
Exactly.
Like
and it won't no foolery.
No
Mm-mm,
foolery
no
at
foolery.
all.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
Pat and the
Yeah.
old Achilles, I mean, they just stomping. I'm like, girl, better start
Cause
your
that's what they
legs,
used to
you
do when
stuck.
they would come out. I mean, yeah.
I mean, had they posters and everything. So it was good to see that, everybody come back and
Yeah,
just
hope they're able to do it this year though. Are you on the board for
Yes,
that?
I'm on the committee, and right now, we in talk right now, but we don't know what's going to happen. It depends on how much involvement the school let us have.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't know the capacity you can have in the gym.
okay.
So right now we
The
really don't
pandemic
know.
and stuff,
Yeah.
Get an outside basketball court and we all go out there. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Because that was something that, because now when you go, the game is almost a little different when you go now with even the Lakeland and Nansemond River or Kings Fall, whatever. It's not the same from when we was in school with Kennedy and John Yates, or either Forest Glen and Suffolk High,
definitely,
and
because
then Suffolk High and all of that. It's not the same.
the,
Still not the
the,
same. Like it was
the kids
just,
are different.
it
And
was
just like Tony
awesome.
said, when they went to school or whatever, and they was
Mhm.
on the field, on the court or whatever, it was like whatever. It was a game, and
Mhm.
then after the game, it was
Yeah.
like okay, we cool. But now with the kids, it's like
You had to worry about,
duck.
yeah, that's
They
what I
about
said.
to-
You had to worry
They
about
don't
that.
care. Grown people there, they fight all over
But
top
see,
of
even
you.
though,
Exactly.
although there was fights even then, but it was fist fights. You can fight and get right on up and go about your business. You
Right.
had to worry about whether or not the ambulance and the undertakers and all them was coming.
Not the
Exactly.
Undertaker go get 'em.
You didn't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you fight, you have a black eye, you might be, have a little bit of busted lip
Yeah.
or whatever, but you're going on to Hardee's or skating wherever we're gonna go, and you keep it moving.
Live another day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're living life, God has been good, and you're doing what you want to do now. You're in retirement, and um just I know you said that you really don't want to think far back, but let me ask you this then. Far as your kids or your grandkids, do you actually try to teach them the game, or want them to get interested in the game?
Yes, I definitely would love for them to get involved in the game, but I'm not going to force them. I'm
Mhm.
not going to force. Because like back in our days, we were able to go on the playground and play.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
you don't know if you really want your grandkids out there. So when an
Mhm.
argument break out, gun shooting in the air.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's a little different with that. And then you don't know if you can be able to get in the gym right now. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So I would definitely love to see my grandkids get involved with basketball because I played it, but I'm not going to force them.
Not gonna force them, yeah, because you know what it's like. You don't want, yeah. I
Oh
get
yeah,
it.
yeah. And you know what? That's crazy. You said that because I didn't think about that. It is kind of hard to get your kids to playing because you don't want to send them outside to the court. You know what I'm saying? But before, Everybody went to the basketball
Lived
court.
on the court. I mean, I stayed on Times
Then you
Square
had
court.
the generic neighborhood cheerleaders, be out there watching the guys play. You acting like
Out
you
there
was
like Kennedy.
right. So it's like, but now you can't really do that because, like you said, you have people that's going out there that's not even playing, but they're going out there to meet up to do whatever. So you don't know what happened. Then you had your kid out there,
And you know what
playing.
though? To even
Yeah, I didn't even
interject a
think
little bit
about that.
what you guys were saying. Sometimes, well, if you look around now, especially around here, in the city, you can count the parks.
Exactly.
You have more dog parks in complexes now and in neighborhoods than you
And you
do
have courts.
basketball
And
courts.
that's true.
And it's like, what do the kids have to do? Like, they don't go outside like talk about it because they own the games and stuff all the time. So, but then it's like, as a parent, he's like, okay, well, at least I know where he at if something should happen. So then it's like, damn, like go outside for a little while. Like we used to be outside all day until it
Yeah.
got dark. And then let them lights come on and you out there. Don't let them lights catch you now. We got another problem. But now kids don't even go out. So it's like,
They don't even know nothing about don't let the lights catch you.
But also too, when they tore down the Mecca bird song.
Oh
Mhm.
man,
When they tore the Mecca down,
they tore down the
they
heart.
tore down the heart of the city.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? Because you had all the kids from every part of the city
Mm-hmm.
going there and ball. And you know what I'm saying? Again, shout out goes out to my cousin, late cousin, Faye, Pete, K. You guys did a great job,
They
Mhm.
did. And it was, it's just times have definitely changed. And sometimes when I think about it, it's just like, damn, like it's just everybody's, people that were here no longer here. Things that were, it's like old things are passed away. And it
Mhm.
seems like when they tore down the heart, a lot of the things that were instilled in some of the kids, it left like at, well, maybe probably a little bit behind you. And then that's it. Because when we were going and we knew about it, but we went there just to fight on Saturday. or go to 7-Eleven, get kicked out 7-Eleven, stuff like that or whatever. But it was still good because all the teams played on Saturday. But they and them wasn't having it. We used to fight. Well, they used to fight and break up, and then they sit in the gym together.
Had a great time, man.
But like
Bird
now,
song,
it's
something
just
special, man. It was special.
it was,
Yeah.
it was. So, but
Christmas tournament.
oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Small,
that
small
was hype.
gym.
That was hype. You got
wasn't
kicked to go to the Christmas tournament.
You got your school. I mean, your Christmas
Right.
outfit on.
Right. You get
Yeah,
kicked.
but we had a ball.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
We did. And I mean our time is about up. Like we almost at an hour. We got like
Really?
2 minutes. Yeah. Time be flying when you having fun. I'm telling you, like when you up here, the hour goes by so fast. And sometimes it drags. You be like, God dang. but when you're talking with someone and it's engaging and everybody, is in tune with one another, time just goes by.
Yeah.
So before you get off, what is 2 pet peeves that you have? Not even in basketball, just as Tony, not Spud.
Hey, my pet peeve?
Yeah.
I know one, man. Definitely. People smacking gum and popping gum.
Well,
I hate that, man. I definitely hate that, man. And then another one is I hate to see other kids or other people laughing or disrespecting a handicapped child. A kid that
Yeah.
can't even do it for himself.
Mhm.
Right.
You don't do that.
Mhm.
You don't do that. You
Yeah.
don't pick and laugh at that kid that can't help that.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And there's definitely 2 of them.
That's it.
Well, what are 2 things that no one knows about Tony Smith?
Wow. Actually, I told him. I told you I played with Michael Jordan, and I was an all-time leading scorer in North Carolina.
So nobody knows that.
Nah, well, some people do, but not
Yeah.
other people. Well, I mean, that I'm humble. Put it that way. I'm a humble guy.
That's exactly what
I'm
I'm
a
gonna say.
humble guy, and laid back. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Laid back. And now, if you get me on the basketball court, I'm a
We'll
different
talk
guy.
that stuff, yeah.
I'm a
Yeah,
different
you
guy.
talking
Mhm.
stuff.
Off
That's
the
when
court,
Spud come
yeah,
out.
bingo.
The alter
Now,
ego.
off
Yeah.
the court, I'm laid back. But get me on the court, it's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? I can talk a little bit more. I'm gonna be a little loud.
Right,
and,
right.
I'm gonna be a little bit more energetic. But off the
Mhm.
court, I'm gonna be laid back, trying to stay out the way.
Right.
That's who I am.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, that's who you are.
Yeah.
It's enough. It's
That's
definitely
it.
enough. So before we go, I just want some feedback from you, far as wait again a minute. Like, how was your time here? Like, And you can be honest. I mean, we're not gonna box you in there like that.
I hope not. Come how y'all arrested. Actually, I had a great time on Way to Gambling. You know, you guys was wonderful. I mean, hey, like I said, man, you guys did a great job and continue to do what y'all doing, man. And the podcast is doing a great job. I mean, like I said, I had an opportunity to see some things you guys are doing. I mean, I saw what y'all had going on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are doing a great job, not just for yourself. You're doing a good job for the city, man. People want to hear you guys and get in tune with what's going on. But at the end of the day, I had a great time on Way to Gambling.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
So I have one last thing for you. If there's a child out there right now that's listening and hear everything you said, and that's something that they want to do, what will you say to that child? How will you direct them?
I would definitely tell him, first of all, listen to your parents at home. Respect your parents.
Mhm.
Go to school. Get your work. Be a student athlete. Work on your craft and follow your dream.
He had that
Okay,
down
amen.
pat, like he was serious too. And follow your dream.
There you go.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed you. Miss Go Getter, what did you take away from tonight before we leave?
I took away what he just said. Follow your dream. Perfect your craft. Like, and you know, I learned a lot about him because I didn't know he met Michael Jordan. I even played with Michael Jordan. You know, and then on top of that, he beat Michael Jordan as far as his in the state. That's Michael Jordan's hometown, right? Isn't he from North Carolina? And you're from Virginia, Suffolk, Virginia, Spruce Street.
The spruce. Ain't nothing down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't nothing down there, but
So
the
you're-
spruce.
The Spruce.
The spruce.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The Spruce. You know what I'm saying? And you went there and you beat the person that everybody.
No, I didn't beat him.
Well, you beat his score.
his
You know,
record,
you're
yeah.
you're
I'm
you're
all
number
time leading
one.
score. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that, man. That dude there is arguably
Oh, there
the
he
best
see.
to
Look,
ever
look.
play.
There he go. There he go. We're not talking about him. We're talking about you.
Okay.
You take your accomplishments. Your accomplishments is you are the number one for his state. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. So we're gonna leave that right there.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I learned a lot, and then the retirement's like you accomplished a lot. And that's something to be proud of.
Guess what? I don't do that without the man. I tell you.
Exactly.
Hold it all up.
Right,
Hold it all
exactly.
to him, man.
And you do.
If it wasn't for him.
You do, because it could have been a different way, honey. It could have been a
Exactly.
different way. But what did you take away from it,
I
Gam?
took away a whole lot. I didn't know a whole lot of
And
nothing.
your whole
But you know
cousin.
what? I thought now one thing about it, and I knew some stuff, and I definitely did my research. But put it this way, I think that I know I have a different outlook on him now.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought he was arrogant.
Mhm.
Because I've always seen him on the court. I've seen him talk his junk or
Mhm.
whatever. So, but now I realize like he really is humble,
Mm-hmm.
and it just made me think no matter what journey you have in life or what you do, always have a little humbleness with you,
Mm-hmm.
because with the humbleness you have the humility.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a lot. Like I'm looking at him like I always knew he was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I always bragged that he was a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
but now I know he's a big deal.
Right. It confirmed it for
It
you.
confirmed it for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got something else to brag about. That's all. That's all. But I wanted to tell you that how can I put it? I just wanted to tell you that you've done, you are one of the success stories of the city. And you're still young, you still look good, you're still athletic, you're not, and then especially coming from not down in our family, but coming from our family being that the gift was given across the board a couple of times
Mhm.
to different people for different reasons. But you actually you took that mantle and you ran with it. So and I'm really glad that I know you and that you're a part of my family, and I'm sure that your kids are glad and grateful because you set a legacy here that will never go away. It will never be tarnished. So again, I applaud you.
Thanks a lot.
And
really
I
appreciate that.
appreciate you for coming, stopping by Wait Again a Minute podcast. And we're gonna end that, but we're gonna end it on our song. No, he might not know our song, y'all, but he gonna bop his head a little bit. If not, we're gonna elbow him.
Well, wait again a minute.
You sound like Durr when you said that. All right, y'all. So we're gonna end it with our song and we can get out y'all here.
Let's go. Yo, listen up, everybody.
Have you heard the news? We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules.
Started out from VA
And now we on the move.
From local to global.
We got something to prove. We started from the bottom, now we at the tippy top.
To hold it down for our people.
Cause we all we got.
This is a cold, cold world.
But we keeping that hot.
With our future on the line.
No time to stop.
Mm-mm.
And having fun.
We say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team. Yeah, we getting it done.
And shout out
To Travail, girl, you number one.
It started with a dream that
Turn into a vision
educated new generations.
is our mission.
Ears to the streets. Yeah,
We steady politicking.
If you ain't about to change, mind your business.
Wait again a minute. Wave your hands with it.
I gotta wave my hand with it.
Yeah. Another gram with it. Wait again a minute. Wait again a minute. Hey, wait your hand. Again a minute. Wave your hands with it. Good night.
Good night.